Okay, it has been about a week since I've played, maybe a little less, but at this point, it's a holiday, so I don't have work today, which means theoretically I could play for a bit longer than usual. But I also don't want it to be one super long mega video. So what I'm planning on doing, I just got back to the city, New Jerusalem. I'm gonna go talk to everyone and probably end the video there, and then maybe because I imagine, I believe the first time I was here, it took me a super long time to talk to everyone because it's such a big city. And I want to do the same thing again. I don't want to miss anything. And I mean, if you've watched this many episodes of me stumbling through this game and telling you what I think about things, then you don't want to miss anything either, apparently. I can't imagine that there's that many people that are willing to sit through this. So if you're one of the, you know, 6 viewers maybe that sees this video, then thank you. And feel free to skip it. It is just going to be me walking around and talking to every single person. Purple. Hi, Purple. Who are you?
Hey,
What's
dude,
your...
nice to see you again.
Right, Surfer
I
Dude.
wanted to thank you. Last time we met, you told me I needed to learn to make my own choices.
God.
I thought about that a lot.
That was like a year ago, dude. I don't remember that. What conclusions did you come to? Alright, if this is a joke answer, he's going to be like, I came to the conclusion that I need to ask other people what to do.
I think you're right about the theory of everything. We don't have to make the same mistakes as the ancients. We can change. Make our own choices like I did.
I appreciate your support.
We're all in this together, dude.
I
Good
like this
luck.
guy. And he's, was he number 998? Man, he's, just a little bit younger than I am. Or older, sorry. Older than I am. And it just recently rained here? Wait a minute. Does it rain here? I guess the top of this place is open in the middle. Okay. Oh, there should be cats running around. I miss the cats. Hi, Zernov. How's it going, guy? Man, I remember first getting to this place and like being blown away by the scale of this, and it was pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, and I'm still very impressed. Thekla.
You've destroyed everything, 1K.
Sure.
I thought the Founder had chosen you, but you're the harbinger of our doom.
Glad to hear it.
Pray that you fail.
Goodbye. Makes sense. There's gonna be people that love me. There's gonna be people that hate me, and I can't do anything about that. This was Alexander Drennan's statue, right?
You know, I've been coming to this memorial day after day, thinking about Alexandra Drennan and her values. And you know what I finally realized?
What?
Alexandra Drennan is dead. She's gone. She can't help us now. It's not her burden anymore. No, it's Byron who embodies those values now. Byron and you. So I want you to know that you have my full support.
I see where we're going.
I only wish I'd spent less time thinking about the past and more time actually doing something for the future.
Interesting. They're not giving me dialogue choices anymore, and I'm wondering if that's to keep the game rolling. Because at this point, if I walked around to everyone and had 1,000 dialogue choices, it could really, really slow the game down. We've, you know, approaching the climax of the story, and I could see this being like, hey, because my natural inclination is these people come to me and they're like, oh, Byron's brilliant, and so are you. I want to be like, hey, I'm not as much of a... I'm going to see if he says anything. Hello. Nope. All right. I'm not as much of a... Sorry. I'm just as much of a prophet or someone to stake all of your opinions on my ideas as anyone else is. That's my real opinion. Is like, you know, you're just switching out one one profit for another, and that is not going to get you anywhere.
I look at this inert shape and I wonder who you're gonna be. Will you hold the same values as we do? Will you love us for having created you? Will you resent us for having put you into an uncertain and dangerous world? Looking back at our history, our achievements, our crimes, what will you make of us? Will the world you create be like ours, or so different that we can't even imagine it? Either way, I hope that you'll find this little blue planet to be as beautiful as we did. I hope you'll take care of it a lot better than we did. And I hope one day you'll look up and reach for the stars.
I don't remember if I heard these before. That was cool. Gosh. I'm going to listen to all these. I don't know if I've heard these or not.
The answer that came to me again and again was play.
Oh, maybe I did hear
Every
this.
human society in recorded history has games.
I think I've heard
We
this.
don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something.
Maybe I haven't heard
Part
this.
of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Man, I love this game so much. God. Oh.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember. Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves.
Man, these little snippets of dialogue, I don't remember, or I guess they're monologue. I don't remember if I heard them before or not, but every single one has been fantastic. Makes me want to sign up to Alexander Drennan's newsletter. Oh boy. Okay.
When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed.
This sounds familiar.
Walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place where real people had lived. People like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying,
Yeah.
and told him about
Okay.
this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Right. That one I very clearly remember. It's the way the voice actress delivered the line of. I remember so clearly. It just, I guess it just stands out. There's, I want to be very clear before I say this, that there's a difference between the way people talk in real life and the way people talk in stories and like plays and movies sometimes. And that's because the way people talk in real life is very flawed. You know, we don't say things like right now. I'm struggling for words. There's huge long pauses. And that kind of thing it would drive people crazy if you're watching a movie and just, you know, an eighth of the runtime is taken up by people not talking the way that, or talking the way that they do in real life. Like I just said, halfway through that sentence, I realized I was saying the wrong thing and had to correct myself. And that one piece of dialogue, I remember it, but it also sounds very actory, as in it's an actor, you know, remembering something. Because I don't think people really do that. It's a very story, and I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a way for people to go, you know, I need people to realize the emotion that she's feeling while she's saying this. And since we're only getting her voice, you know, the nostalgia in her voice is emphasized heavily by her going, oh, I remember so clearly, you know. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm not saying the voice actress did a bad job. I'm not saying the writer did a bad job. But it sounded very, like, I just remember it. It's very memorable, I guess. What does this say? Reach for the stars. Curiosity is what makes us human. There's a lot of things that make us human. Oh, what is this? Milton's Rest. Milton. Oh yeah. This was gonna make me really, really sad. I'm not gonna read any of these. Gosh. Yeah. Okay. Let's not make me, like, I don't mind experiencing emotions while playing games, but I'm really not in the mood.
Hey, 1K.
Hello. That's not what I'm in the mood to do right now. It's my day off. I'm playing a game that I love, and I just do not want to, like, be super sad at all these remembrance of pets. Hi, Chansey.
A lot's changed since you last walked the gardens, 1K.
Ah, so I can talk to you. No, I'm not. What kind of BS answer is sorry? I'm not interested in this. What if I walked up to you and was like, "Hey," and you're like, "Hey, man. Hey, I have some cool stuff to tell you." Sorry, I'm not interested in this, and then I walk away. God, what a dick I would be. Okay. Let's say. I mean, a lot of these are great. This seems like the most literal answer. If I were to say this, I imagine you go, yes, but that's not what I meant, of course. I'm going to say the city is growing.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Would you like to know a secret?
I would like to know a secret, of course.
A long time ago, Doge may have mentioned a mysterious fifth friend of hers. I am that friend. You've demonstrated how much you want to share your compassion with the world. Well, welcome to the team.
I don't remember that at
all. The code phrase is Moral Compiler Disco. You're not alone, 1K. Whatever you decide to do next.
What is this even about? Oh, God. Oh, no. Gosh. Who's Doge? Why do I need a code phrase? Oh, no. That was like a year ago. I think it's over a year ago. Oh, boy. Oh no. Oh well. I'll just, we'll see what happens. Maybe it will come up at a natural point. Who are you? Thoya. That's disheartening. I don't remember that plot line even a tiny bit. I remember the name Doge because, oh, so much has changed in the last year. I don't want to get into real world stuff, but, you know, Doge has been... Well, anyway, let's keep playing.
I'm really glad you made it, 1K.
Thanks.
For a while, I really thought even Neath couldn't fix you.
I'm going back to the megastructure. Will you come with me?
Yes. I thought about it a lot, but we need the theory of everything. We can't keep hiding from the future. We have to have a little faith. Not in technology, but in people, in ourselves.
I'll see you at the VTOL.
All right, I'll get ready.
I wonder if, depending on what you choose and how you participate up until this point, different people decide to come with you at the end. So Melville Will Melville come with me? I think so. I think maybe it would have been two different people.
Good luck.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Honestly, genuinely. Is there anyone out off in the wilderness over here contemplating things? No one's on this little island? Or that little island? Really? Come on. Where are you guys at? Who's the hermit that would be out here? That would probably be me. Like, not 1K, I just mean me. Okay, well. Maybe this is a... You know, I kind of want to just step back and appreciate the world. Gosh. How wonderful this is. I'd be interested in knowing, honestly, how this evolved over time. This giant environment like this. You know, did they... As someone... Oh, interesting. As someone who makes levels pretty regularly, I haven't ever done anything like this on this scale. I mean, okay, so I've done very large levels. I've worked on a few open world racing games. I don't know what I should and shouldn't say, but I've worked on games that took place in different worlds, and they're pretty... I mean, they're probably way bigger than this, because you're traveling at, like, 100 miles an hour. So, like, getting over there... I've definitely worked on levels that are bigger than this, but the thing is, I've never worked on levels that feel as man-made and designed as this. All the levels that I've worked on that have been large have been wide open natural spaces. And this is, you know, human-made. I'll use human, because they call themselves that. And it is very, you know, there's lots of little sections that need certain pieces. And it's just, I'm curious what the evolution of that was like. How much, when they first started, did they know had to be here? And maybe they're like, oh, you know what would also be here? Like I guess on paper, the game took a very long time to develop, 8 years, something like that. How much of this city existed on paper from the very beginning? A game designer who I heavily respect, that I worked with a long time ago, once said, and I'll butcher this quote, I apologize. The numbers aren't going to be right, but I'll paraphrase. He said, if 10% of what you design in your design document ends up in the final product, then you've done a good job. And I'm sure that number is exaggerated for humor. But I wonder how much of this existed in the initial design document and how much of it evolved over time where it's like, oh, you know what would be cool to put here. And obviously not just, you know, what would be cool to put here. That's not how games really work. A lot of it is, oh, you know what we need? We need this for our story. We need to put it in the city. And I wonder how much this expanded over time, or if it was always meant to be this scale, or what, if the dome got bigger. If the you know, it's such a cool environment. Hello. Empanada. Thank you. I really like... This is just such a cool game. I'll miss this. At some point, I will play the expansions. It took me a year to do the main game, and the expansions, I know they're always harder. I don't know if I'll record myself or not. I'll be honest, like, I don't think anyone's gonna watch these videos. And when I say anyone, no offense to the 4 of you watching or whatever, I mean, like, originally I started making these for me, and I thought, oh, you know, it's fun to watch myself. It's fun to play puzzle games, and I love making revelations, and I know when I watch other people, I love watching them make revelations. But I realized that I don't think there's anything particularly special about my playthrough.
Good luck, 1K.
And I don't do this for a living, so I haven't become super entertaining or anything. And so I don't really know if it's worth it, like, to watch, to do this. I don't think I'm going to watch it again in the future. So, alright. Skylar.
Oh, wow! It's you! You're 1K. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. I've been following the expedition very closely.
Hi.
It's such an honor to meet you. Hey, can I have your digital signature?
Sure.
I have the mayor, Rad, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions, except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Why would I not do that?
If you save Athena, would you like to get her signature too?
Okay, that's funny. Like, that's... Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no harm in
I
asking.
hope she says yes.
She might not say yes,
Good
though,
luck.
buddy. Just keep that in mind. She's kind of tired of the spotlight and being considered a deity by people. Here's an interesting area. I don't think I was over here before. Gotta put something on the back of this. Alright. You know, there's not as much here as I thought, so maybe I'll get done with this pretty quick. I mean, there is a lot here, but... Where's the, is over there. That's the Milton area, right? People are also walking. They have walk animation cycles, and I'm sure I've missed some people. Yeah. This is... Oh, hello. Hi.
Welcome back, 1K.
Thank you.
Thank you for saving Byron.
Of course.
I would have missed that old fool.
How are things in New Jerusalem?
Lively. The city seems to be waking up from its lethargy.
Interesting.
I hear a lot of people are working on new art, too.
Oh, boy.
And I hear someone's figuring out how to make movies again.
That's cool. I wonder if I'm going to see one of those movies by the end of this game or the expansion. Okay. Argument Simulator, I remember. Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of happy that there's not a huge amount of new things that I have to read.
Hey, 1K.
Again, that's why I'm sure that they made some of these conversations pretty short. Hi, Melville.
1K, you're back on your feet. One of which I fixed, by the way.
Well, thank
You're
you. I
welcome.
really do appreciate that, too.
Of course I will.
Yeah.
I think I might want this even more than you do. I want to explore. I want to build. I want to be more than this grumpy old mechanic going through the motions. I want to live.
And like I said,
See you there.
I wonder if I had chosen different options. For example, if Alcatraz would come with me. I don't know. I have a feeling that's how it works, and I really appreciate that. I think games in which... So there's the philosophy of you can't save everyone is really interesting in a game. And I really like that in this game in particular... It's not about saving everyone. It's about who you end up with. What's the word I'm trying to think of? It's about who you end up...
Good luck, 1K.
Thank you. Is your name actually just Citizen? Oh, okay. It's... Whose philosophies most align with your own? I really appreciate that aspect of the story. And I don't know how many people play games like this as themselves. I think that something I've talked about with some other game designers is that I personally prefer games where I play as the closest approximation to me as possible. What am I doing while I go through the story? But and some of the games I've designed, like I purposely shy away from giving the player character conflicting opinions. I don't give them opinions. I give them maybe a backstory, but the idea is, okay, you are this person with this backstory, but you're still you. I don't say, oh, you had an affair with someone, because like that's such a weird thing to come up with, but it's what, you know. But the idea is that would be a very specific moral situation that you are kind of forcibly put in. You know, small things like, oh, you think that the color purple is kind of pretty here, like, or whatever. Like, okay, whatever. Maybe in real life they don't like purple, or it's like, you know, you've always disliked broccoli, like, but and maybe in real life they love broccoli. But those things are so small scale that I don't think that they register on the the scale of what I'm talking about. They don't register on the chart or whatever. Whereas so that's how I like to create my characters. It's almost the backstory is one sentence of backstory. Whereas I've played games, I've tested games for other people where I talk to them about that, and their game puts me in a situation where it's like, okay, this is how you grew up. This is what you think. This is the how you feel about the person that raised you. And I'm like, that's not me. I don't put myself in the shoes of other people like that when I play games. I approach everything as how I would approach it. Um, and I appreciate that this game allows me to do that quite a lot, and that will determine where I end up at the end, which is really cool. And along the way, there's a whole lot of decisions and conversations. I guess I'm just gushing about this game because I feel like we're almost at the end, and I really do appreciate it. Hi Helga, are you the one that sells me things?
1K, you're back.
How's the situation?
Listen, people responded to what you saw in the Somno drone. I've seen 3 random acts of kindness just this morning.
Huh, that's good to hear.
I think people are happy with the change of leadership that happened while you were sleeping. But they're nervous about what you're going to do next.
That is perfectly fair. I don't remember who sells me stuff, but I seem to remember I think it was a female voice actress, so I'm assuming that the character's female. I thought they were over here somewhere. And I don't remember what types of things they had offering, like look at your future and some other stuff, maybe over here. And I don't know if that exists anymore. Maybe at this point I'm past the need for that kind of thing. I honestly don't remember where they were, or maybe this... No. I was just here, I think. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think I've done what I need to do. Now, there might be someone out there watching this screaming at me going, no, you're missing the best possible dialogue. Please go do the thing. And I apologize, but I don't know what I don't know.
Hey, 1K.
Hello. I like the people. Purple walks interestingly. I don't remember if we had a backstory for that or not, but his walk animation is very different than everyone else's. It's very stilted, like he's limping. I don't know. Interesting. Alright. Are we ready to go back to the mega structure? I think what I'm going to do, because this episode's only been 20 minutes, I thought it'd be longer. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm going to listen to this for sure. Sorry, feel free to skip forward if you don't want to hear this. I don't know if this is on a loop or not. It's hard for me to tell. I think it might be. Okay. Alright. Sorry if that was very boring to watch, but I was just listening to the music. My headcanon is that that music was performed by a person who worked on the game. Like, obviously, that's the most obvious statement in the world, but what I mean is that it wasn't, like, the person who made all the music in the game. Like, there's... In a game like this, you're going to have a huge number of people that worked on it, and some of those people will be passionate about music. In this particular instance, it was, you know, it was very pretty playing and stuff, but I also could see it have been like, hey, we need someone to perform the guitar for this. And maybe they just went to the music designer, like that's what, or the audio engineer or the musician, and maybe they just played it themselves. But that's the vibe I got. Is like, it almost works better if you just have someone play the guitar, right? You just get some nice recording equipment and just have someone play something neat on the guitar, and that's the vibe I got from that. I hope that that's what happened, because it's always cool when you're working on a game to be able to do something unexpected. Like, I'm a level designer, but I got to make a song or something like that, or I got to write a piece of piece of dialogue or a description of one of the game modes, because I have fun coming up with puns or whatever. Yeah, that's one of the things. One of the games I got to do. I'm a level designer. I've mentioned that before. Sorry if I'm mentioning it too much this episode. But in one of the projects I worked on, we had like chapters in our story, and the chapters. It wasn't really a story. It was just kind of, hey, play these racing levels in this order against these opponents or whatever. And we had to come up with clever, silly names that incorporated the level areas that you're going to and the people you're playing against. And so I got to help come up with some of those names, and it's just, I enjoy that kind of punny writing. I wonder now if I walk around this corner and someone's about to confront me about how bad they think I'm doing.
Welcome back, 1K.
Thanks.
Glad to see you're doing better.
I don't remember your strike, and I apologize about that heavily. So I'll start with generic questions.
Surprisingly calmly. He knows what he's doing, and he's gonna get the job done. He did have to kick out a few people, but he was a lot nicer about it than I would have been.
That's fun. Okay. What do you think about the theory of everything?
I think it's only the beginning. Athena hasn't even scratched the surface of what you could do with it, and that's fine, she's just one person. The really interesting stuff is gonna start happening when you give this power to the people, when every citizen can bring their own ingenuity to it.
Gosh, this Damien guy, he's like super in touch with how I feel about things so far. Am I just Damien?
I'm still doing the same job I did before, but Byron's removed some of the layers of bureaucracy, so we communicate more directly now, and we have more choices in how we deal with problems.
Interesting, because I somewhat like bureaucracy. A little bit. A little touch of bureaucracy, because I feel like I get so creative in my problem solving and so entwined in the way that I think about things that sometimes I forget that there are simpler ways to do that. And I think bureaucracy can help with that. It's like, no, if you just do things the way that we know that they work, there's there's a protocol for things for a reason. That's kind of how I see bureaucracy at times. And so I personally usually need a touch of that.
Well, it's hard to believe, but we won. Turns out that does happen.
Awesome. Well, I have to go, but it was really nice catching up with you, dude. Damon, you're the me of this game so far.
1K, it's a pleasure to see you back on your feet. Everyone was quite worried about you. And I'm very glad you've decided to side with Byron.
So far, there's really only one person that was mad at me, and I was kind of expecting it to be a lot more divided. And maybe there are, like, anyone who didn't talk to me, like, they just said hi or whatever, or sometimes they just walked by earlier. I wonder if they didn't talk to me because of what I did, and in an alternate universe where I made different choices, if they would have talked to me. It's interesting to know. How's the situation in the city?
We've finally started fixing stuff again. Byron has given people a sense of purpose and dignity. Not everyone is happy, but if you return with Athena and the theory of everything, I think this is going to be a golden age.
How are you?
I feel hope, 1K. Real, proper hope. We can transform the world. We can lessen suffering. It's going to happen, thanks to you.
How's Patricia?
She's well, thank you. I hope that with the theory of everything, we'll be able to extend her life. She deserves immortality no less than we do.
I don't remember who Patricia is, but I wonder if it's a cat. I should get going.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you. All right.
I'm glad you're all here. I wish Al could come too, but he believes what he believes. Yakut, please take us up.
Aye, aye, Mr. Mayor, sir.
Don't do that.
Of course.
Mr. Mayor, sir. Yep, of course.
I'm switching to sleep mode.
Oh, I'm about to dream. Interesting.
I have only one thing to ask of you, my child. When at last you find yourself before Athena, be gentle to my old friend. The weight of the world was placed on her shoulders, and if she failed to carry it, it was because no one can carry such a burden alone.
Wow, I want to talk about that in a second, but it's about to go back to some story stuff, so I have to wait. Man, what a cool visual.
All right, 1K, you're in charge.
Oh boy,
now.
thanks, God.
If you want to explore, make sure we didn't miss anything out there, go ahead. When you're ready, let us know, and we'll head into the megastructure.
Maybe I should do the golden gates before I go in. Now that theoretically they're all open. I don't think I want to spend today.
There seem to be more puzzles per cluster than necessary to gain access to the tower. I wonder what happens if you solve all of them.
I wonder if that's what the Golden Gate was. Like, okay, you solve the extra 2 in every level, and that's what adds to the dots. Maybe. Well, there's a Golden Gate here somewhere. Let's go find... Oh, the game just lagged heavily for a second there. Okay. And I also have 4 messages. I'm not in the mood to do messages now. I just did a whole bunch of story stuff. I will do them maybe right at the end of this. I don't think I'm finishing today. Because if I'm going to be doing these Golden Gate puzzles, there's no way I'm finishing today. So I have to decide... Hey, look, my old friend. Do I want to finish the game's story and then go back and treat the Golden Gates like optional content? Or is it going to be like the first game where the star content opened up a new ending? God, what a great soundtrack this game has. I just want to sit here and listen to it, but that's not entertaining even a little bit. And that's what I did earlier. So, okay. No? Oh, this isn't the same. Oh boy. This one doesn't have the pyramids on it. Okay. So this is what happens if you do all the other Golden Gate puzzles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I believe that math checks out. Let's consult the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. All right. So we have a secret entrance here that you can only enter if you do all the puzzles behind the other secret entrances. Interesting. And what's that? Did I see that last time I was here? That might just be lore. Like, it might just be like, oh, something collapsed, but there used to be a walkway here. But I want to walk around there, and I may have done this before. There is a good chance that I've been over there and tried this and tried to jump up already, and I just couldn't. There's nowhere to go. Oh, is this gonna... Okay. That's very clear that they don't want miniaturing. Although, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. That's a very phallic island, isn't it? With the light on the end. Anyway. One of the hardest things about level design, especially, well, in like racetracks, is accidentally avoiding phallic designs. Because, you know, racetracks, a lot of times they have loops and they have to loop back on themselves. And it's just really easy to accidentally create a phallus. Or yonic designs, which is the opposite of phallic designs, I believe. For those of you that have never heard that phrase before, it is just think what a phallus is and think about the opposite of that, and that's also something you have to avoid. And then when you're designing grid-based games that use a lot of like symmetry, you have to avoid swastikas a lot. Like grid-based level design. It's really, you know, it's an easy shape to almost create to the point where it gives people the impression of that. Like, even if you're not creating a swastika, if you're creating a grid-based kind of symmetrical shape, sometimes it will come out very swastika-like, and it's very unfortunate because it's a very pleasing symmetry is very pleasing sometimes, so you have to be very careful. And so that island looking like a phallus was probably a complete accident because there was just so much geometry in this game that they must have eventually you just accidentally create a phallus. It just happens. All right. We've been playing, by we I mean me. I do that a lot. It's a very I notice in other YouTube videos I watch too. I've been playing for 45 minutes. What I'm going to do is go to the first one, which is this one, I think. I wish it would tell me. East 1. There's a gold puzzle and a star I have not gotten. I'm not going to worry about the stars right now. Gosh, that would be a long... I bet you that will take me hours and hours to get all of them. Because I not only have to figure out what they are, but where they are. I have to start with where they are, then figure out what they are, and how to get them. But we're going to a golden gate. Is this... Oh, game is chugging. Is this the first one? I don't remember. Honestly. But that doesn't matter. Because it is on the map, and it is straight ahead. Right? Oh, no, that's a different... Where are you at? There it is. This is exciting. These gates have been a constant this entire time. Do I have to go down? I seem to remember there was something downstairs in one of these places. Because I don't know how to get to it otherwise. It's straight ahead on the other side of that wall. Let me look. Okay, I'll try and work my way over there. Maybe I do have to go downstairs and then that way. I wouldn't be surprised. Huh. Well, there's clearly stuff up there. Oh boy. It's funny that if this is the first level, how lost I am. Maybe I just run all the way around. Yeah, okay. That's a pain, but it is what it is. Have I done this? I think if it's lit, I've done it. And if it's... I'm not sure, though. No, because this is... I did this triangle puzzle. But it is transparent. Huh. Okay, well... It said I did all of them. So I'm going to trust it. And we're going over here. This is exciting. Did it open on its own? It did. All right. Jump start. We got a connector. We've got a green and a red and a button. Okay, we're gonna go into there and see what's in there. That's, oh, and there's blue. Where is the blue receptacle? That's a red receptacle, a red receptacle, a red laser. Alright, well this seems like the first step to just figure out what we even got going on. Red laser. Fan, let's see what's in there. Is that a converter? It is. R becomes G, G becomes B, B becomes R. I think, let's find out, because I don't remember. It's been a while. Do I need... I think I need R and B to get G, is how I remember this potentially working. Okay. I don't see another... Did I miss it? This is the exit, right? Yeah. Okay, there's got to be one in here. Red. I need red. Alright, so to do that... Can I just... No. Okay, so here is how this begins. I got it. For now, you are useless to me. But you, on the other hand, are not, because you can, if as long as I connect you to there, you to there, you to there, and to there, and then do this, we're good. So now, oh, another converter. Well, that's not what I expected at all. Interesting. Can I... Okay, so if I have a converter here and there, this will never connect, right? What about right? No, it's not going to happen. But what if it's in the sky? I don't... Let me see, actually. I could kind of check, right? If this is here. You know, maybe. Maybe. So that's red. And that's blue. Is there a tree in the way? Okay. That's interesting that it worked for a second, then didn't. Alright. Okay, so this is a place that I can use that from. I don't... I need to know how connectors work. Like, if... Let me just do this. Let me grab you. If I do this, that's fine. And then I can pull... Is there anywhere... I think that's a spot that technically works. The question is... Okay, hold on. So I made green. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I have an arrangement. I want... Okay, so if that is up there, if I switch these two things, that can't be floating anymore. That's the problem. This, in order for this to be floating, you know, maybe these bushes might be trickily placed to try to trick me. Okay, so if I have a converter up there grabbing from red, can I pull from it? I don't think I can, but I need to be sure. So the way to be sure is to take this other converter. I'm going to swap, turn this off, with my body and walk towards it. I wonder if I could just block it like that. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, just to see, is this. Actually, I just need to know if I can do this or not. I cannot. Okay. So I believe that this is going to have to be up there. I'm not sure. Not 100% anyway. Unless there's a place right here. No. I'm thinking that this has to be up there. And then I should probably connect it to this and see if that works. It does. So that makes green. So I need blue and red here to make green. Or somewhere that this can touch, like right here, for example. I don't think that this is going to happen. That would be too simple. Alright, also, I have to take a little quick break, so all I'm going to do is pause, but the music might jump in a second. Okay, I'm back. Alright. I do not have an idea yet of how to do this. So, I could turn red and blue to green, and then I could shoot it there and make red again. But why? Maybe is there a different way to get this? And do I even need this? What if I don't need the fan anymore and that's a red herring? I can reach red from here. Is that right? Maybe I don't need it. It's called jump start, so maybe you don't need the fan once you have all the stuff. It's a little bit of metagaming, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna take you away. Take you away. I'm gonna try doing this without the fan active, because this can reach. So, in fact, oh no, because the thing's over there. Sorry, I was thinking it was there. That would have made things way too easy. What if, I don't know, like, okay, so am I back to my original thought that it has to be up in the sky and it has to be the connector? I want to know if that can be reached from up in the sky. Let me see. I can't tell, but I think it can. What would be the best way? Well, okay, I'll just... Oh, I need to connect you two. I just want to know if it reaches. I think it will. Oh, did I not? I thought I picked it up in such a way that I'd keep the connections. Darn it. Okay. It does not. Okay. That's a very good information to have, even though it doesn't really help. It doesn't help me with the solution, but it helps me know not what to try. Okay. So that's... I'm very glad I did that. Alright. So now... Is there any way to get red out? Like, if this is just... whatever, here... and then I do this, like with blue... and connect to it. That turns green, but it wouldn't be able to reach there anyway. Oh. Oh. So the only... I could get all three things out here. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm going to need two colors no matter what. Because the converter doesn't do anything without two colors. I was thinking maybe I could do some complex triangle of shapes. Like use that and then turn it into a color and then use both of those colors. I did that in earlier levels, I believe. So no matter what, I'm going to need the red laser. And I think the only way to get the red laser... Again, I tried this before, right? This doesn't work. Yeah, the only way to get the red laser is if this is up in the sky. So, I guess the first step kind of has to be this. Okay. And then everything else I'm going to do with these two things. So I could pull red and blue to make green. But then I could pull green and red to make blue. The thing is, to get something over there, I'm going to need it to be connected to that and that, I think. Because red, that will make it blue, right? If I do this, and I grab you, and you, and I put it here, it'll, oh, and you, it'll shoot a blue laser. Oh, that's not, sorry. I need to reset the connections on this. Okay, so you, and you, and this will make blue shoot to the thing. What if it's not on a fan? What if it's just in here? Can I do anything with that? If it's not on the fan, I can use the box. Would that help me? I can't see how, but maybe. It feels like I'd be in the same situation where I'm using the connector to get the red out. Like, no matter what. Let me just double check. I really don't think that this makes any sense, but let me just double check that I cannot. This feels like it's the exact same thing I was trying to do before. Yeah, oh. Yeah, so I can get... Well, this is interesting. No, it's not. It's not interesting at all. Why did I say that? It's the same thing I was trying to do before. I cannot pull red from this. I need to get blue. I would need to do this, which I could do, and I get green. But that doesn't help. because I need it over there. And wow. So what's interesting is this level doesn't feel like I'm completely lost. It just feels like I just haven't thought of the right arrangement. Or sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing, or it feels impossible. This one doesn't feel impossible. It feels like I have plenty of tools, and I'm just missing the arrangement, if that makes sense. It may be based on some obscure interaction I don't understand, but I don't think so. It just feels like I'm not figuring out the one thing I need to figure out. And what if I do this? Blue and blue doesn't make anything, does it? No. That would be too convenient. So again, I'm going in circles here, but it feels like to get red into the other chamber, I need it high up. But then I'm done. I can't nothing else for me to do. Okay, so is there a place? Yeah, there is a place where these connect, for sure. So if the connector's here, I mean, maybe it's just that. Is it that simple? I don't know. That doesn't. It seems wrong, and it just doesn't seem. I think I tried this. But let's try again. Right here. I could make red, can't I? Because red could shoot to there. That could shoot to there. So red and blue would make green. Green and blue would make red. But I need to make green. Okay. Putting that down for now. I have messages coming up on my recording, and that is something I tried to prevent in the past, and it has the person's real name in it, so I'm gonna have to blur those later. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm going to pause. All right, are we back? Yeah, my friend Nick J. Vaccaro, fellow puzzle designer. He's the one that's messaging me, and he said, I don't care if my name's in your video. So now it is, forever. Forever and ever. So if this was here and that was there, that would make green, and I don't think that can connect to that anyway, but I need to check. No, it's too low. That's what I thought. Okay. I'm gotta say, I'm pretty stumped, and you know, if you read those messages earlier, I do have a meeting scheduled for a little bit from now. We're just going to talk about a different puzzle game called Chroma Zero, which I may have mentioned before, but it's a cool game. You should check it out. It kind of reminds me of the way I think about Chroma Zero is the way I think about Outer Wilds. Now, they're not anywhere near similar in terms of scope or in terms of themes or in terms of anything else, but it's the same brain thoughts. It's a, you know, Metroid Brainia, where the whole idea of the game is that you can do anything from the get-go, but you just don't know how, and you're learning how to do those things, and as you learn how, you find more places to go, and as you find more places to go, you learn more things. So it's a Metroidvania for your brain, and Metroidvania, which is a buzzword at the moment, but anyway, Nick and I are going to talk about that. Nick makes puzzle games too. His game is called Valley of Shadow. If you want to check it out, it's on Steam. But we often talk about just puzzle games and what they do and what we can learn from them and stuff. So, I may have to stop, which I consider a good sign. I have the pieces. They're not complicated unless I'm missing something, which I don't think I am. I don't think there's another piece I'm missing somewhere, which that would be extraordinarily disappointing. I think this is just a matter of how do I do this? I went in here, right? It's like one of the first places I went, maybe. Did I? I think I must have. Okay. How do I do this? What if... No, there's no green. There's no green laser. If there's a green source, then I could use blue and red. Sorry, if there was a green laser, I could use blue and green to make red and keep this up in the air without the connector. That would be really nice. Can I do that? Wait a minute. No. Maybe? Hold on. So something's in my head right now. It's like a half idea. If I could get green up there. No, it doesn't reach. We've already established it doesn't reach the thing. But is there... Okay, so is there any way that I could use blue Okay, hold on. What's in my head right now is that I think no matter what. Okay, let's work backwards from green. There's only one of two things that can happen. Either I use a connector here in some place that can shoot to that, and the connector has green sent to it from a combination of these different converters. The only way for me to do that, this is the option, this is the way that I haven't been thinking about, but I'm trying to think about it now. It's really hard to think about. Is I need to find a way to get green, like, so it would have to be, give me a better camera angle. The connector, no, I don't. If the connector's there, and it's connected to blue, like that one is, and then I create a converter here, that gets me green. To connect sorry, I said it, and now I got lost in my own head, and I no longer even have any idea what I was thinking. So if a connector is on there, it cannot reach anything except blue. But I could shoot from there to something on the other side, and if I can add red to it, then I'm good. But I don't think I can add red to it without green, which puts me back at the beginning again. So everything I think through makes me think that the connector has to be up here, but I don't think that's possible either. So what I'm going in circles, but there's got to be some way I'm not thinking about this where the converter is up in the sky on this. To get that to work, I need to send green to it, green and blue, because it has to hold itself in the air. Send green and blue here is a very difficult thing to do, because I don't have green as a natural starting point. Let's try it. I don't feel like this is correct, but I'm gonna try it. We're gonna take you away. Now, the other thing I have access to is I could put the box here. If I don't need the fan, I could put the box here. So to get red out of there, I'd have to use the connector and shoot to here. Or shoot somewhere else. Like, let me really quickly look at this room. To get red, the only places I could get it to are like right here. And that doesn't help me because I don't think that there's anywhere to, yeah, there's nowhere to connect to green from here. Okay, so getting the box out here, I think no matter what I have to use a fan. I can't see any other way. Okay, so my theory was to do this. Start with this. Then when I'm in here, I can make green this way. I got it. No, because green doesn't... Gosh, if it just connected from here to the end point, it'd be fine. Like, if I could just do this, then I'd be set, I believe. That makes green. And then, like, this is what I'm thinking, and it sort of makes sense. Oh, wait, why did that happen? I want to take you. I want to connect to you, and then you. Oh, it's just blocked. See? What is happening? Oh. That's fun. Maybe this is a case... So it's called Jumpstart. If I could get this up in the air, and then come in here and do something else. That seems promising. But I can't see a way to do that. Oh boy, I need to be done. I told Nick I was probably going to be able to message him soon. Oh boy, okay. Well, I'm going to call this one awesome. I'm really digging this puzzle. Maybe I'll change my mind once I know the answer. That happens now and again. But right now it feels like just a really hard puzzle that uses the ingredients I'm very familiar with to really throw me for a loop. And boy, do I love that feeling. So I'm going to stop the. I'm obviously not going to finish the game today because I didn't even finish this puzzle, and also I'm going to go have a conversation. And I think I'm not going to play anymore tonight. But this week I do have time in the afternoon, so hopefully we'll get through it soon. Not that it matters to you, the viewer, watching at home, because these videos are probably all going to go up one day after another, no matter what. But thank you for watching if you've gotten this far.